have a really interesting job. We have an old orchard here that was originally trained in Espalier fashion. The trees were pretty well regimented, but the gentleman that did the work has passed away a few years ago, and so the orchard has been just let to go. Generally things are pretty healthy in here, but it's going to be my job today to recover this orchard and bring it back to the original formation. And so I'm not going to be able to do too much shooting since I'm at work, but I thought that some before and after images of what's possible might be a good idea. This orchard is actually quite extensive. It wraps around the back of the yard over here. We've got quite a few. It's a lot of apple trees. There's some persimmon in here. There's also an apricot and some plum. Now this tree right here, though, this one's a real problem. It's going to have to come out. This tree has fire blight. It's a dreaded disease in apples and pears. It's traveled right into the main trunk and killed most of the tree to the ground. There's just a little tiny bit of life left right over there. You can see the green leaves on one branch. This is not salvageable. The lower portion of the trunk is completely infected. There is just really no way that this tree can be saved. So it's got to come out. It's all right. They got lots and lots of apple trees here. So this one here is real bushy. Looks like a bird's nest. So time to stop talking, and I'm going to have to get to work. Moving right along here. We got most of the first tree finished up. Now we're going to move on to number 2. Whoa. This might even be more interesting than the fruit trees. Check it out. It's an original 60s Myers-Manx Volkswagen dune buggy. Yeah. Well, here we are at the end of the job. We have the trees all pruned up nicely. Piles and piles of wood in the windrows. Did a pretty good job. It's actually 6 hours labor on this one because it hasn't been done for quite a while. The pruning was on a combination of apple trees, persimmons, and apricots. One of the apple trees was infected with disease, fire blight, and we had to take it out. I'm quite happy. I think we did a real good job here today recovering these trees. They're really quite an heirloom. They were planted by Janie's father many years ago. He's the one that trained them, and so I feel privileged to be able to come in here and give them the first pruning that they'd had since her father passed away. As you can see by the wood laying all over the ground here, it has been quite a while. These trees, because they're espalier, are almost like little pigs. The amount of wood contained in a small area is amazing. It was a little difficult of me to conceive just exactly how much wood there really was in these plants. It was a lot. This little guy here is one of the younger trees. I went ahead and I put him to the same training that her dad had put the other trees to. And there's that poor thing. That was just completely destroyed by disease and then termites and rot up the main trunk. I started to put the chainsaw into the bottom to cut that off, and it was like cheese. I just went right through it. The tree was essentially all but gone. So there we are, a backyard Espalier orchard brought back to life.